California. I'm here with Jason Ramos, who is a smoke jumper, and he is also a tester and consultant for Kestrel, testing our products. And he's going to be describing right now the difference and the biggest competition between the Kestrel and also between the sling psychrometer.
Thank you, Tommy. So we'll make it pretty easy for you guys. A lot of people get very nervous and scared when we talk weather. Usually firemen start to sweat. They think all these numbers and back to S290 and 390 classes and 490 and go, wow, those classes are hard and I'm scared to take weather. So we're going to make it very simple. We're going to do a good demonstration for you guys and show that there's stuff out there that can help you get the right data on emissions. So what we have here is a standard issue Forest Service fire weather kit. Belt weather kit is a street name. And you can see there's a lot of items in here. You have pencils, you have a sling synchrometer, you have a notepad, a backboard here, you have your water, most important, to get your temperatures for relative humidity. So this is what makes up a belt weather kit for the foresters when we're taking weather out there. So, and what the most important thing on this kit here, as you can see here, is this is one of the most important things. If we don't have this sheet, we're kind of not able to do our job. And you can see there's a lot of numbers on here. This is what really scares people. It scares me at times, especially if this got wet and you're nervous, there's stuff going on, the fire's going, you're on a mission, and all of a sudden you got to go through all these sheets to figure out what altitude you're at, where you're at, temperatures, and figure out what sheet, the right chart to give you the right numbers. So we're going to go through a little demonstration. We're going to bring Tommy back here, and we're going to run through this real quick. I'm very proficient at using these kits. I've been in the fire service for going on almost 25 years now, and I used to love this way back when I was 20 years old. But now there's stuff out there that works, and we're going to show. I'm going to demonstrate this for Tommy here. He's going to work on it as I'm talking to him, and you can see how difficult it is, even with a guy very proficient standing right next to him. So one of the first things we get out there, every hour we're going to take weather. That's pretty much standard in the Forest Service, or on a mission, I should say, whether it be in a state agency or whatnot, every hour. Sometimes it's every half hour. So he's got his time, he's timing it, he's going to come over here and take weather. So one of his first things he's going to do, he's going to grab his sling synchrometer. He's going to open that up. And then one of our important things here too is our water. They recommend distilled water because there's no impurities. If you have a place that has a lot of hard water, or high calcium, hard water, things like that, if you use it throughout the years, you might have deposits on the bottle, which can equate to debris on your wick, which can throw off measurements. So that's one of the pieces that you can see all the stuff you got to really be watched with this kit. So we're going to go ahead and Tommy's going to stick his wet bulb in here, and we'll go ahead and dunk it one more time to make sure this is nice and wet. And just looking at this, on this kit here, if this wick here, if you look close, you'll see that it hasn't really absorbed a lot of the water. So if this is touched by your fingers, the oils from your fingers, or you might have gasoline or something. And a lot of guys, when they check their sling, they're touching this stuff. What happens, it makes your wick waterproof. And we need this to absorb water to give us our relative humidity. So this is another very important thing. So right now that we notice this on a fire, we would say, you know something? That one's not good. Now we're going to go find another one because this is not going to give us a right reading. So Tom, we can go ahead and grab that new one there. And we're going to go ahead and dip this in. And what we should see is this absorb really quick the water, which it has. So we know we have a good wick. We're off to the races here. So now,
just if I may, Jason, real quick, just to show the difference between the two. This has been used by Jason for about a couple years, maybe about a year and a half. Just the difference in the coloration between the natural oils from your hands, the dirt, from just general use, how much is dirty here, and like Jason just said, won't allow it to retain water.
So what Tommy said, like I said, you can see the difference there, and hopefully that can zoom in on the different discolorations in the oil. So we have a good wick here. The thermometers, we checked the thermometers, the glass is all intact, nothing's broken. So now we're going to go ahead and sling this, the fun part about this kit, for about 25, 30 seconds. And what we're doing, and you can see, Tommy we just instruct him to do it, and it's not easy. You think it's easy, but you don't want to hit stuff. There is mercury in here, which is it's hazardous. And that's another thing. If this breaks, you make sure you want to wear eye protection. It does have a hazardous material inside the sling. They recommend 3 revolutions in a second, they're saying. It's like, well, that's another number. It's like, God, 3. Is there a scale for that? So, okay, so we're going to go ahead now, and he's going to look at, we have 2 thermometers here. One is your dry bulb, which is your temperature, and then one is your wet bulb with your wick. So the operator would come over here and look at these 2 numbers. They're going to take them down, and they're going to notate them on their little notepad that they're going to have, and they're going to cross-reference. The 2 numbers they're going to get is going to give them their relative humidity, their RH, and their dew point. And this, like I said, where it's confusing. If you got this wet or it's just got dirt on it, this is very important numbers, because what this equates to is a fire getting big very quick or not getting big at all. So these numbers are very important. So, and you can see just, we're showing around 70 for dry bulb and around 60 for the wet bulb. So we would take those 2 numbers and it would give us an RH. Okay, these numbers are very small, so even with me, with my good vision, I usually like to come over and grab something so I can see what line I'm on and maybe put a check next to it so I know I'm not getting the wrong number. Now we're going to show you with the Kestrel, and we'll come back to this kit in a second. I'm going to go and turn this off. You can see that the Kestrel is off. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to turn it on. I already have a dry bulb temperature of 71 and a relative humidity of 40. And my altitude here, we're at sea level near San Diego, so it's showing sea level. So that's how quick I just took that versus what Tommy did. And I had to instruct him. The instruction in these kits are very vague. You're lucky to get a pair of instructions inside the kit. So also with Kestrel, they do have a letter of conformity of a percent that tells you what the air. There's a lot of talk on the street of these are always off. But we're so ingrained with the Forest Service kit, when guys were comparing them, we'd have sometimes a 50% error or even more, and they're going, wait a second, we're trained with this, so this is right, this is wrong. Where with the research, this is right, this is wrong. And we have now the data and the third parties that have proven that in documentation. So Kestrel out there for any fireman that even very little training can come up and get those numbers and get that important intel to the incident commander, or whether it be the jumper in charge or the hotshot crew on that mission to finish that